What up and welcome. This is the Golden Era, and this is the conference finals. We're going to be going through games 1 through 3 of the conference finals in each side of the bracket. We're going to start here with game 1, where it's the Lakers and the Suns. The Lakers owning a 6-point lead as Phoenix trying to rally their way back. It's Cade Cunningham getting the bucket to fall with just over 3 minutes to go, cutting this lead to 3 points. We're going to give you the notable games, the scores. If it's a competitive close, as Kareem Robinson can't get that to go, we're going to give you that too here. And then, like I said, games 1 through 3 here as a triple is buried by Jacoby Cleaves to tie this thing up at 116 apiece with 2.5 now to play. It's Kareem Robinson, deep three. That won't go. Rebound for Carson Hughes. And the Suns with an opportunity on a 6-0 run over the last minute to take a lead here on the road. Game 1, big opportunity to do so. It's Cade Cunningham, deep two, buried. 8-0 run draws the Laker timeout. 2:10 to go as Phoenix trying to get back through the NBA or to the NBA Finals after consecutive losses at the hands of Golden State. Another miss, this one from Robinson. And here comes Carson Hughes right past Robinson for the bucket, and a 10-0 run with 150 has the Lakers down by 4. Suns, another defensive stand. No bucket there from Roberson. Ball swings to Jacoby Cleaves. Screen comes from Kursov, kicks it inside. Kursov gets that to go, filling in for Lawrence Marcoda, and the 12-0 run for the Phoenix Suns with 1.5 to go in the fourth quarter of Game 1. Step back 2 goes and finally stops the bleeding Kareem Robinson. Here's Malik Hightower, guarded by D'Angelo Ion. Screen from Kursov, pull up 2. That falls, and the Suns have answered every step of the way. A 14-2 run to cut into it. Won't go. Board. Roberson able to come down with it. Under a minute to go. They need a bucket. It's up top to Bledsoe. Swings to Robinson. Robinson pull up 3. That falls. And a 3-point game with 40 seconds to go. Here comes Hightower to the corner for Cunningham. Screen comes from Kursov. It's going to be Cade Cunningham, stolen by Amir Roberson. Chance now for the Lakers to push. Chance to tie with 26. Inside to D'Angelo Ion. Good defense. Better offense. We've got ourselves a 1-point game. We're probably going to be seeing some free throws here as they try to inbound. Successfully yes to Carson Hughes, and Mercer's going to draw the foul. Here comes Hughes to the line. 21.8. 2-point game. Big free throw from Carson Hughes. Chance to now make it a 3-point game. In need of it on the road. The Suns trying to steal game 1. Buried. Back-to-back free throws from Hughes. Now with 20 seconds to go. 21.8. Can the Lakers draw even? They've had a rough run of it. Kicks over. Jay Kingston tie it. He's going to. Jay Kingston with 18 seconds left, and we've got a tie ball game, 126 apiece in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. Phoenix trailed 116-110 with just over 3 to play. They have roared back on a 16-10 run to tie this thing up. A pair of threes late in this one has the Lakers back even. The Suns now trying to draw out the clock, see if they can't take Game 1, steal this one on the road. Hightower, the screen from Hughes, gets past, kicks it. It's Cleaves at the buzzer. Yes, he gets it to go with 0.8 seconds and no timeouts for the Lakers. They're going to have to heave. The heave won't be any good off the rim, and the Suns are going to steal Game 1, 128-126, the game winner from Jacoby Cleaves, and Phoenix on top, 37-6-7 from Cleaves, and a 1-0 series lead. Head to the other side, not competitive at all, as the Magic blow out the Pacers 144-111 to go up 1-0 in that series. We're going to come back here, 2 minutes left in Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals, where the Suns on top 102-96. They're trying to take the first 2 on the road against the Lakers. The number 4 seed, and a big turnover inside to Cleaves, and it's that forward duo of Hightower and Cleaves dominating here for the Suns. They're up by 8. Under 2 to go. Mercer trying to draw this thing closer. He does. A nice little duck inside on Cleaves. Here's Hughes. Kicks it over to Cleaves. Looking for some type of space on Mercer. Mercer's been good defensively. Able to get the ball out of his hands, but it's Cade Cunningham. Pull up 2 from the elbow. Won't go. and a chance for the Lakers. They had to rally back after blowing that 6-point lead in game 1. They're going to have to try to figure it out here. Good find inside. Cameron Mercer might be the best pick-and-roll 4 in the NBA right now, and it's a 4-point game. The Suns need a bucket. It's Cunningham, and they're going to call a foul here on Mercer. Questionable call, but the free throws for Cunningham. First one's good, second one's good, and it's back to a 6-point game with a minute to go. Here's Zane Ship inside to Mercer, briefly loses it, but just too good inside is Mercer, and it's back to 4. Needing a stop, here come the Suns. It's Cunningham, and that's going to be another foul called, this one on Bledsoe. Cunningham's first, good. His second, also good, and it's back to a 6-point game. So the Lakers getting some big shots, but 2 costly fouls, and now when they need 3s, they're ending up getting 2s. This makes it a 4-point game with 38 seconds to go, rather. Over to Cunningham, up top to Hughes. Are they going to foul here? They will. It's going to be Zane Ship, and Hughes gets the first. Can he get the second to make it a 6-point game? He does, and this could be dangerous. The Suns on the verge of taking games 1 and 2, and again, they go inside to Mercer. He's going to be fouled there by Cleaves. He's been phenomenal. 31 points. Here's 32. He's got 20-plus boards in this one, but the Lakers just have not been able to get stops here down the stretch. And then the foul game fully underway. Carson Hughes to the stripe. Misses the first. He's going to leave the door open. 110, now 111, 106. Lakers call their final timeout with 25.7. So really needing a three-pointer here are the Phoenix Suns. The Los Angeles Lakers, if they plan to push this thing to an even series headed back to Phoenix. The Suns, meanwhile, trying to hold off. Inbound to Robinson. Clock ticking over to Ian Bledsoe. Deadly three-point shooter rattles this one home, and it's a 2-point game. Here's the foul that's going to send to the line. I believe that's Cade Cunningham that's going to be it. No, Carson Hughes. Carson Hughes just split them, opened this game up, so he needs both to make it again a 2-possession basketball game. First one, good. Second one, that's the important one. Can he get the second? He will, and that's big. It's a 4-point game now, and the Lakers needing a bit of a miracle. Need a 3 and then some help on the foul game. Here's Robinson. He's going to decide to drive in, pull-up jumper that goes. It's back to a 2-point game, so instead of getting a quick 3, they're going to play the foul game. Over to Cunningham, foul called. First free throw up. Rattles home, 114. Misses this one. They've got a chance to tie. Almost a turnover. Here comes Mercer. Deep 3 from Robinson. Off the back rim. Rebound for Ion. Desperation time. Over to Robinson again. Deep 3 again. This one's off the front rim and out, and that's going to do it. The Lakers can't hold on, and the Suns, a 114-111 win. Phoenix, Cade Cunningham, 34 points and 11 boards as the Suns are going back to the desert on top. We're going to head over to Game 2, Orlando, Indy. Fast-paced activity. Here's Trayvon Bukes. Mid-range won't go. Rebound for the Pacers. Down by 4. They're trying to even this series up after getting blown out in Game 1. There's a turnover. Here's a push now by Jalen Green in transition. Darting around, kicks it up top for Elton Dawkins. His 3 won't go. Rebound to Corey Wilson. And the Pacers staying alive. 2:45 to go. Here's Jace Redding, guarded by Dawkins. Potentially a mismatch. He's going into Dawkins' domain, but it won't matter. Redding gets it to go. Timeout called by the Magic. You get a look at Corey Flynn, the 6th man of the year, in a very nervous Orlando Amway Center here. Up by 2. Game 2 of their 3rd straight Eastern Conference Finals. Turnover by Indy. They got a chance now to tie or take the lead. It's C.J. McCoy going right past. Inside he goes. That's going to be Nico Harrington for 2. And a timeout called. And just like that, with 2.5 to play, the Pacers have tied things up here in Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Again, you look, a very nervous Amway Center. This is not a team that wants to see their beloved Magic down. Here's a good cut by Dawkins. Almost steps out of bounds. Doesn't. Gets it to the corner. That's Bukes up top to Flynn. Flynn to Terry. Again, no Trey Hunter here for the Magic. He's out with a sprained ankle. Surprisingly, no Jalen Green on the floor right now. 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Corey Flynn chucks that one up off the backboard. It's going to be Patrick Williams on the board. Pushing here, the Pacers with a chance to tie or take the lead. It's C.J. McCoy. Corner to Caden Dickerson. Dickerson for the lead. Won't go. Back is good by Corey Wilson. And the Pacers are on top with under 2 to go. Jason Tatum, pull up 3. Won't fall. Wilson on the board. He's been big for the Pacers. Wilson now screens. Corey Wilson, pull-up triple, bang! 111-106, telling the crowd to calm down. It's C.J. McCoy with a big one. Inside to Jason Tatum, foul called on Dickerson. Tatum will head to the line, down by 5, 107 to go. The vet, short on the first one. That's a tough one for Tatum, the 36-year-old. Second free throw by Tatum. Also short, no legs. The fatigue settling in. Under a minute to go. Here comes McCoy. Double team comes on the drive. Kick out to Patrick Williams. 5 seconds to shoot. It's Dickerson. Dickerson has a double. He's going to be forced to chuck. Off the back rim, it won't go. Rebound for Flynn. Chance for the Magic to pull within a possession. Can they do it? The half spin, the full spin. Inside goes Flynn. Deep two from Jason Tatum rattles home. And it's a 3-point game with 31 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. Game 2, chance for the Magic to tie things up. The Pacers to tie things up in this series. Down by 3. Up top to McCoy. Let's see if they foul. They'll choose to foul after 4 seconds run off. So that's going to be McCoy to the free throw line. First one's good. That's a 4-point game. Big on the second to make it 5. Last time out for Orlando. Down by 5. Ball swings. Jalen Green back in. Here's Tatum, guarded by Wilson. Step back midi will fall. It's a 3-point game yet again, and we're doing the always fun foul game. Green fouled. He's re-entered in this one. It's going to be Nico Harrington. Harrington, a very, bounced around the league from former number 5 overall pick. He's found his home in Indiana. 20-point per game scorer this season is Harrington, but it's a 5-point game. Magic inside Trayvon Bukes. Good find. Bukes, the Game 7 savior for Orlando as they rallied from down 3-2. Good outlet feed there from McCoy. From down 3-2 to the Bucks. Prevented Dwayne Qualls and Luka Doncic from advancing. 116, now 117 to 119 as McCoy gets both those free throws to go. Seems to be all but over. Here's a deep 3 from Tatum. That won't fall. The rebound, and the ball goes to McCoy. A couple of free throws. Cosmetic at this point, and it's going to be a 119 to 112 Game 2 win for the Pacers. 42-12-8 from C.J. McCoy. Evens things headed back to Indy for Game 3. We're headed to Phoenix for Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals. Another doozy. Mid-range won't go. It's 93-92. Under 2 minutes to play here. The Lakers trying to get on the board. Corner 3 that falls, and the Lakers suddenly up 2. Believe that was Jay Kingston on the triple. No, Zane Shipp, but a triple answered. Cade Cunningham has the Lakers back down by 1. The Suns on top by 1. Robinson dealing with an injury. Pull up 3 off the back rim. It's going to be Cleaves. He suffered a little bit of a shoulder injury. Did Robinson miss some time? Here's Hightower, hard charging. Foul called on Bledsoe. First free throw good from Hightower. The offseason acquisition meant to put the Suns over the top. They're up by 3 with a chance to go up 3-0 in the series. Here's Robinson stepping into a triple. The tie won't go. Rebound from Markota. In transition, it goes to Hightower. Hightower, a little high step. Guarded by Robinson at the free throw line. Driving inside. Roberson trying to help. Won't go. Body. Lawrence Markota the follow, and it's a 5-point game. 42 seconds to go. Inside to Roberson. Lakers have been stifled by this Suns defense late. Kick out to Bledsoe. His triple. That falls. Pure. 2-point game. 30 seconds to go. Needing a stop for the Lakers, and they're going to foul. Ion doesn't like that on the reach. It's going to send Hightower to the free throw line with 27 seconds to go. First one goes. It's a 3-point game to make it 2 possessions. Second one also falls. So 102-98. The Suns on the verge of a 3-0 lead in their 3rd straight Western Conference Finals. Kicks to Bledsoe. Ounce of space. Pulls up. Won't get it. Rebound goes to Carson Hughes. And he can put this thing to bed just about. His first and second one both go. 6-point game. The Lakers need a 3. Robin says, I'll take. He won't make. And now it's just going to be a parade to the free throw line. Jaden Springer this time rattles this one home. The all-defensive wing for the Suns, and the Lakers go down 3-0 now. 106-98 win. Jacoby Cleaves, a big night, 28-14-9. And the 6-seeded Suns are 1 win away from advancing to the NBA Finals, and the Magic are 1 win away themselves. 123-109 on top of the Pacers. All right, we just got done watching the first three games of the Western Conference Finals. All three of them incredibly competitive. 128, 126. Suns win game one, 114, 111, and then 106, 98 in game three. So the Suns are up 3-0, and then the Magic, they lead the Pacers 2-1, although the return of Trey Hunter is imminent. So despite, as we're sitting here after game threes of each series, wanted to just look and say, what are we thinking, right? Where do each of these series sit at? And despite the fact that we've seen some ultra competitive games in the Western Conference and some very, very competitive games, or at least a 2-1 series in the Eastern Conference, I get the sense that these series are over. I just do. I mean, the Suns have just been a little bit better than the Lakers. They haven't been, blowing them out, obviously. I mean, you got a 2-point game, a 3-point game, and a game in game three that came down to some buckets late that decided it. These have been competitive. But the Suns just have a little bit more than what the Lakers do, right? Jacoby Cleaves has gone toe-to-toe with Kareem Robinson. Cameron Mercer had some really great games, especially game two, that 32-point, 26 rebound game. I mean, we know that Cameron Mercer now, he doesn't play well in game three, but we can look at this and say he is a viable number two. And if you paid attention at the beginning of the playoffs, the thought that I've continued to mention, to be a championship team, you need a really great number one, and then you need a guy at number two that can lift himself to be, either a bona fide All-NBA guy or he can play like it, but he's going to be an all-star. That's Cameron Mercer. The problem is, over in Phoenix, they've got Jacoby Cleaves, who does that. They've got Cade Cunningham, who definitely does that. And then they've just got other dudes, right? Carson Hughes can play well. Malik Hightower is going to give you a 20-point game pretty much every night. Anthony Edwards is going to pop off. This team has so much depth. But it's not like deep set depth that the Lakers, because we talked about that at the beginning of the series. The Lakers have a lot of deep set depth. The Suns, they just got firepower. They got firepower up and down this roster, and we've seen that through the first three games. That's dangerous. That means that finally the Suns are probably getting past it. I'm not going to raise the alarm on the Lakers, but I don't think that we can look at D'Angelo Ion the same way right now and say this is the guy that we're going to turn to. He's been efficient, but he's been super passive. You don't like that from your third best guy. Former number one overall pick, taken, coincidentally, one pick above Jacoby Cleaves, who's torching him right now. I mean, buyer's remorse for the Clippers, who made that selection back in the day. They took Ion over Cleaves. Too much debate. And Ion early on in his career was that guy. For the Clippers, was the number one dude, was averaging 18, 24 points a game in that range for the first four seasons of his career. He has not been that guy in Los Angeles. He was briefly before Kareem Robinson arrived, but since then he just hasn't been. That's ultimately, I think, what's going to be the difference between these two teams and the Suns. I mean, they're up 3-0. No one's ever come back from that. It's probably not going to happen now. And if you're the Lakers, this just feels like, man, we got so close. We took down the best team. How many more chances are we going to get? Because the Warriors are going to be, you would assume, you can't ever bank on injuries. You'd assume the Lakers are going to be staring down a healthy Golden State next season. They advanced because Deontay Dixon was out and Russell Kingston was out and Jaheim Briggs was injured and Keon Granger was injured. Is that going to happen again? I would be shocked if it did. I'd be shocked if you were dealing with a depleted Warriors again. This was your shot. And in those games were tough losses, but ultimately that's what decides this thing. I think this thing gets put away. How many tough losses can the Lakers take before the gates just fold in? Over Orlando and in Indiana, yeah, it's 2-1. I think that's kind of a bit of a fool's gold 2-1. The Magic dominated game one, 144-111. They outplayed them in game three, 123-109. Jalen Green has done exactly what we previewed in this one. Is he going to be stopped by any of the defenders for Orlando? The answer is no. Because CJ McCoy can't stop anybody. Nico Harrington has not been good. Caden Dickerson has not been great. That's been the challenge for Indy. Great offense all season, and they've played well. they're below their season average. So credit to the Orlando Magic defense. They've played well enough though, but outside of CJ McCoy, they just have nothing going offensively. Yeah, Harrington had 36 in game 1. Yeah, Harrington had 39 in game 2. But guess what? Green had 46 in both of them, and Harrington was the primary defender. Corey Flynn has been getting rolling. Heck, we got a throwback Jason Tatum night in game 2, 30 points and 7 assists. They lost, the Magic lost that game, but that's the challenge that they're up against. And now you got Trey Hunter coming back into the mix. I don't think that this is going to be a series that we expect it to be. We were hoping this would be, I was hoping this would go 6. I thought it was going to go 6. I thought both series were going to go long. We've gotten neither of that, albeit very entertaining Lakers-Suns. But Trey Hunter comes back, and now we expect the Pacers defense to get better. That's not happening. So despite this thing sitting at 2-1, with no Trey Hunter for the first 3 games, that was the missed opportunity for the Pacers. And this really feels like we're going to get a matchup of Orlando and Phoenix, 2 teams that could not get past Golden State. I don't want to keep bringing it back to the Warriors. We're going to keep bringing it back to the Warriors. But the 2 teams that couldn't get past Golden State are now on a crash course to play one another in the NBA Finals to get that non-Golden State ring. That's entertaining. So 2-1, we'll come back. We'll keep recapping them, and we'll reconnect at the conclusion of the conference finals when we know who's headed to the NBA Finals. Appreciate you tuning in. As always, like, comment. What do you think? I don't think I plugged this enough, and I should be. What are you guys thinking? I mean, if you're tuning in and you're watching this, I would love to see. Are you shocked by Orlando? Are you shocked by Phoenix? Is there a player that, whether in these series or not, that's been interesting to you? I would love to see the thoughts. So pump in a comment. Appreciate every subscriber that we've gotten. This has been a lot of fun. So keep rolling. We'll keep doing it here. And, we'll finish up the conference finals next episode.